And when I went, I saw the atmosphere. People came with their agents, and I looked at myself. I was like, are you serious? Is this girl serious at all? Because I virtually did everything on my own. Hiya everyone, I hope you are doing good and everything is moving on smoothly with you. It's another video with Miss Ampofua. I want to humbly welcome you all, especially the first timers. If today is the first time you're watching me, I want to say welcome, and I need you to subscribe to this channel for more information. Okay, so today I'm going to share my Tier 4 student visa experience with you. It is going to be a quick one. The process is quite long, but I'm trying as much as possible to share my experience with you. Okay, so first and foremost, before applying for my Tier 4 student visa, I applied to some universities in the UK. So I applied to the University of Bath, I applied to Coventry University, I applied to the University of Aberdeen. I actually got an unconditional offer with Coventry University, but then I had to let it slide because of some personal reasons. I attended an open day they had in Alisa Hotel some time back to know about the application process, what to expect, and a whole lot. But finally I had to settle with Aberdeen. So with the University of Aberdeen, I got a conditional offer which was subject to my financial statement and also my English proficiency or English language, proof that I have command or knowledge over the English language. So then I submitted my financial document to them, and also my English. With the English, I earlier sent an English proficiency letter from my university, and also I added my WAEC certificate with the English language component. It is regarded in the UK. So if you are applying and then with the English language they request for proof that you have command, you can present your WASI results, provided the English language is at least a C. At least a C. I know with Coventry University, even if it is a D, they have a pre-classes they have for the applicants to make sure that you better your English and then they proceed. Okay, so after submitting that, my application or my offer status was moved to unconditional. So with the unconditional, what proves that you have an unconditional offer is that they give you the CAS. That is the confirmation of acceptance of studies. And with the CAS, you are given a CAS number, which is very important. Your CAS letter is very important, and you should hold it to your heart. It should be dear to you, because you can't misplace it. Yeah, you keep it because you're going to need it in the visa application. So with the CAS letter, that is what shows that the university is willing to sponsor you. So if you're coming here, coming to the UK on a student visa, it means you're being sponsored by the institution. On the CAS, it shows you the amount of money you will need, especially the school fees. So my fees is about £15,000 for the master's degree, that is a year. And also aside the fees, called the living expenses. With the living expenses, those who have their universities in London is quite higher. It's about £1,060 something. But then those of us outside London, so if you are anywhere, let's say Scotland, Wales, or the other parts of UK, it's about 1,025. Oh yeah, so that is what you would see the school fees on the cards, the start date, and some other important information which is relevant for your visa application. So once you have your cards, you can go on to apply for the visa. So application of the visa, I went online, did a few research, and then went on to apply. So I followed the entire steps on my own, and then filled in my identity, and then they requested for educational document, that is my certificate and other stuff. So it's a long process. I did all that, and then before you would end the application, the application fee, as at when I was applying for the visa application fee, mine was about 340, I think 340 pound thereabouts, and then you can verify, and I think it's subject to change, so you can check online. And then I had to pay for immigration health surcharge. So when you come here, that is like health insurance. You have to pay that. If you don't pay the health insurance, you can't proceed with the visa application process. It is important. If you don't pay it, you can't move on, you can't submit, you can't have your visa. Ce n'est pas possible. Oui. So I had to pay that, and that was, I think, 450 pounds. So that was a lot of money, converting it to the Ghana currency. So I had to pay that before I was able to submit everything online to them. Also, while applying, what is also mandatory that you upload, there are a lot of documents that you have to upload. Yes, so one of the most important, you have to even upload a biodata of your passport, you have to upload your certificate, you have to upload your financial documents, and also one most important thing you need to upload is your tuberculosis certificate. So it is very important, and with the tuberculosis certificate, mine costs about 650 Ghana cedis. I can remember that. So with that, after you've submitted the entire application, you need to schedule an interview date. So I scheduled mine, and when it was due, you have to print, after you submitted the forms online, the visa application form, you have to print your receipt and the forms itself, and then you go to the visa application center with these documents together with your certificates, all relevant documents, with your passports, very important, and then the tuberculosis certificates. Once again, you have to go there with it. So I took all those documents, I went there, and then they were verified. But then before leaving, I had to leave my passport with them. So once I got to the place, and there was a long queue, so I think I spent about 3 hours there at the visa application center. If I remember well, I think it's somewhere Movenpick in Accra, Movenpick or Mervenpick. Yes, if I really remember. So I went there one early morning, and yes, I had to be on time. I was 1 hour early. And when I went, I saw the atmosphere. People came with their agents, and I looked at myself. I was like, are you serious? Is this girl serious at all? Because I virtually did everything on my own. No coaching that much. Just a few people I talked to about how their process was like. Yeah, but virtually did a lot on my own. So I went there, I still gathered my confidence. When it was time for me, I think my appointment was 9:30. So I went in there, and I left the place around 1:30. So I submitted my documents, I was in queue, I had to wait and then go for my interview. And then the interview, I had learned a lot. I had prepared. But then I was asked only 4 questions, just 4 questions, and that was it. So with the interview, it is a mediated interview, so you don't see the person face to face. So You just sit behind the screen. It's just like a Skype call, and then the person asks you a series of questions, and then you answer. For me, I was asked one, why I want to study in the UK, and then two, why the particular program I want to read, and then three, my future plans. When I'm done with the program, what am I going to do? And then finally, I was asked the start date of my program. So basically, the rationale behind this interview is to know whether you are a genuine student. For some people, use all sorts of ways to get the visa, but then they are not credible, or let me say they are not genuine students. So that is why it is called credibility interview. So over there, they want to know how you speak, to know whether you really know the program you're going to read. Yes, to have some knowledge about the whole process. So I was asked those questions, and she was like, okay, that was it. And as at that time, they will not tell you whether your visa has been approved or not. Unlike for the US visa interview, then they tell you whether your visa is approved or not. So here they take your certificate, they take your passport, and the rest is you and your God. So that week, come and see, I prayed the Lord, and I was quite anxious, but then I kept motivating and encouraging myself that yeah, I did the right thing, everything is in order, so I'm going to get it. So because I was far behind time, especially with the studies, that's why she even asked. So she asked, and it was like I barely had like a week and some few days to start school. So she asked, I told her, and she was like, wow. So with that, I applied for the priority visa process, and it came with an extra fee or charge. So aside the $340 I paid, the $340 is for the normal process. The priority comes with an extra charge. I've really forgotten the amount. Yeah, so I had to pay that, and with the priority, the visa is going to be processed within 5 working days. And I tracked everything. I tracked it from day one. Once I stepped foot out of the visa application center, I started tracking where my passport was. I tracked it, so to the extent that the very day it came back to the visa application center for me to pick it up, I had already seen the location of my passport before I received an email. So you have to wait for them to send you an email that your passport is ready, so you can go and pick it up. So I had seen it, and it was around 3 p.m. and looking at where I live, moving all the way to Accra, I wouldn't make it in time. And also I hadn't received any email from them, so I had to chill. So I just later around 4:30 thereabout, they sent me an email that my visa is ready, I can pick it up on Monday. So I went there to pick it up, and when I held the envelope, it felt quite heavy. So I was so happy. I was like, oh, finally I have this, because I knew that they had added a supporting document, or a sheet showing that the visa has been approved. And I opened it, and it had been approved, and I was happy. I gave all the glory to God, because he did it. Because honestly, I didn't really plan my travel, so it was like, I just have to do it, so I'm just doing it. Basically, that was the mentality. Just have to do it, so I'm just doing it. Yeah. And I said bye-bye to Ghana. But then basically, the entire visa processing is not stressful as people will make it seem. And I was able to do everything on my own, and I know you are also capable. You can do it. So far as you put in a lot of effort, you research, you read, you watch videos and all that, you can really prepare yourself, and then you will do well. So I hope you enjoyed this video as I shared my experience. But then if you want more detail of the entire process, please do let me know. Leave a comment for me to take my time to explain. I just wanted to sum all up with my experience. But then if you want a detailed explanation of the whole process, I have time to do probably want me to help you with the interview questions, I have time, I will do that. And then also, if you want to know the amount, the round figure of the entire process, I can give it to you. Yes. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have learned something from my experience, and I empower you that the next time you want to apply for a visa, you can do it on your own. Nobody will chop your money because the entire process costs a lot. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about this video. Anything you want to add, anything you want to ask, I'm available. Thank you very much for watching. Adios. Bye bye. Love you.